Why don't I have you introduce it?
Yeah.
Have you introduce it?
Oh, well, you know, I need to be kind of practicing.
Go
Here
ahead.
we'll trade places?
Yes.
Well, tell me your name.
I'm Tom Fisher.
I'm here with Tom Fisher at the Julep Ball to benefit the James Graham Brown Cancer Center. And I don't know if this is your first time or not, and I'm sorry I just stole your microphone from you. I will give it back to you. Is this your first time at the Julep Ball?
You know, it is my first time at the Julep Ball, but we've been to it the last 2 years when it was the Mint Jubilee.
Yes.
So it's new. It's a new name.
It used to be called the Mint Jubilee, and beginning in 2009, it became the Julep Ball, and it's a wonderful event.
And you know, it's benefiting a great cause too.
Yes.
It's a new name, but it's the same good cause.
Same cause, basically the same committee. The cause is the James Graham Brown Cancer Center, and you know, it's one of those things that I don't think there's anybody that hasn't been touched in some way by cancer, if not directly, you know, someone in your family or a friend, and there's no cure yet. So everyone, this affects everybody, so anything you can do to keep the awareness up, and it's a party with a purpose. So it's Derby time. Everybody wants to party and have fun, but it's all going to a wonderful cause, and hopefully that cure is, you know, closer than we think. I've never I'm being interviewed, but this is so cool.
Are you a bourbon fan?
You know, I have to admit, now I know this is blasphemous to say at Derby time, given that the mint julep. Look at me now. I'm getting
just the julep.
Right, exactly. That is sort of like the drink of all drinks this weekend, but I don't handle bourbon very well. I'm a wine drinker.
What do you mean you don't handle it well?
Now, it's not what you think. Now, because I don't even get far enough for it to be one of those things that, oh, Lord, she doesn't handle bourbon well. Honestly, I haven't developed the palate. Maybe I should say that. I haven't developed the palate yet because it's so incredibly strong to me. I have a hard time getting it down. But I did drink a whole mint julep last Derby, and I was very proud of myself.
Well, you know, and there's so many things you can do with bourbon. Like, for example,
What's this?
Orange. An orange liqueur in it, Maker's Mark, some ginger ale. It's a lot more palatable than just like bourbon straight on.
I see.
But
So it's got the mint sprig in it, though. Oh, boy, here we go. She's handling her bourbon. You're right.
Nice?
That makes it more doable.
Yeah.
Well, I can really taste the other flavors in there. I still taste that bourbon, though. Especially when you exhale, that's when it really comes out, like it's coming out in my nose. I feel it in my nose hairs. Whoa, bourbon is strong. You definitely have to practice it, I think.
It is, and we love it.
For me, because I live here in Louisville, what I love is coming to these events and seeing so many people that I know very well, and everybody's just dressed to the nines. But then it's also a lot of fun to every year make a lot of new friends because there's so many people in town from all over the world, actually. So that's what I love. You got a little bit of the old and the new.
What did this TV show do for you?
Oh,
and were you surprised? I mean, how did it all come about?
Well, it's funny. It completely fell into my lap. Southern Belle's Louisville aired last summer. Let's see, June and July of 2009. And one of the other girls on the show, when the producers were kind of sniffing around Louisville trying to see if this would be a good place to do a reality show, they just had a few names passed to them. They didn't have auditions. They wanted girls that knew each other in some capacity, so they asked for referrals. One of the girls gave them my name, and next thing I know, I'm on a reality show. I was just excited it was going to be nationally televised, but I didn't know what the viewership was going to be like. And once it started airing, there was quite a following, and we had a billboard in Times Square. That blew me away. We did not see that coming. They took us to New York, and there we are standing under the ticker in Times Square looking at ourselves, and that was huge. That was amazing. One time, hosting one of those events, we went on a morning show to promote it. 2 weeks later, the host calls me back and says, I think you'd be a great co-host. Are you interested? And I sure was. So I've been there since October.
How would you define a Southern Belle?
Oh, goodness. Well, it's funny you asked that because that's a big part of what the premise of the show was. Because I think when you say Southern Belle, a lot of people have a sort of a stereotype that comes to mind immediately. Now, funny, I was going to say the big poofy dress. Okay, I'm doing that tonight a little bit.
I like it.
Thank you. Well, this is kind of like the sassy belle, right? You know, because I've got the animal print. But that's, you know, the tagline for the show was Southern tradition meets modern ambition, because a lot of people think that a Southern woman is one that just sits on the porch drinking iced tea all day, eating bonbons.
Or bourbon.
Or drinking bourbon, yes. And someone taking care of her. And, you know, this show was all about very independent women, go-getters, and whatever it is that they were after, but yet have a lot of those same traditional Southern values.
And what a great thing on bourbonblog.com to be right next to Southern Belle. And Southerners are so hospitable.
Yes.
They'll take your microphone just so you can have a hand.
So you don't
to sip bourbon.
Yes, exactly. And this is good practice for me. This is a new career for me. So I was like, let me have your mic. I'm going to keep practicing, and it worked. It worked.
And people can check you out now where?
Yes, I am on WBKI TV is the local station. It's Channel 7 on Insight Cable, and that is the local CW affiliate. And we're on live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m.
Oh.
We are at the Julep Ball.
It's the Julep Ball. And,
Julep Ball.
And I feel like now I have a co-host, a Southern Belle.
Well, hey, if you ever need me again, call on me. I'll be glad to show up.
We're bringing a culture, a people, and a passion together with one blog. bourbonblog.com. We only encourage responsible drinking by those who have legal age to drink in their countries or regions. So be safe, be legal, and never drink and drive.